if you go to docs.oracle.com, read that, go under human resources. That's right. So they have given you some um, the fast you the documentation around fast. Get the tutorials here. It will show you how you can enable how you can read through the can be passed between the and releases and all that have A, B, C, D, different any put it here. But this is the topmost you can within HR fast formulas. So writing the formulas fast ones. And then you have fast fashion, time and labor, payroll, performance management are being used. It is all over. To look at overview of formulas, write the formula, what are the different, basically what we were discussing against them and how they can application, how you can write the okay, that we talked about yesterday, formula text, like using the default statement, using the so all those things are at any point of time in future, look at them again. You can something called as an expression builder. Expression actually inherited from the domain where you can use, you can say what is the type of formula, syntax like this. You can say equal to exact and select if the employee exists at 10,000. So, so, but if you were to write a formula, write that, then do such and such. So it depends on how, how this is just a general syntax. Yes. Oh, okay, okay. You can hear me? Are you? Okay, sure. The place where it explains of, the different versions that are there in case in future they things, in 27D or 27. So those versions will also be documented. So that is why we follow the docs.oracle. Whenever we have this information, ref, refer for, for now, let me wait, this is one aspect within this. And if I were to look, here they talk about the static, dynamic, and how the database items can and, here they have given a list. But they haven't mentioned. It might be in some other place also. I'll, otherwise, actually template human labor part where being used. These are the different categories. Okay. And those are there. WFMP, that's a formula. Copy and then you can make change your requirements. That we'll cover later on. Okay. Can copy and how we can make changes. So this was as for the support identifier. So what you can do once you can search for a list. Okay, there you documents are there. Some, some database items list on not now, and and good. Otherwise, so like in case of formulas for absence, there are different types of formula. Purpose of that formula carry over as okay, carry over proration, a lot of things are there in absence. If you look at any one of them, let's the internal variable names that they are value IV is input value, and these are the return configuration formula. I'll put it in a notepad. Yeah, IV is actually that Oracle has provided. Okay. Mostly what happens, you might have to write in their own style. Lot of developers are they, they, but, but the way Oracle writes it, it, it but everybody but, but so that's X and the uh, is same. It result formula. What is the formula doing? Default means that so because of that they date. This is the variable 31st December 4711. And what type of it is date. So that has to be given when you mention anything, you some of these figure out that okay, this is a number. Okay. It is a usual practice. Also, you can give within it in it, but can text it leaves out the, the figure out. But you know, so in case of time, we are in case the last minute of the day and lock region 2. It is a database item. Of it this way, If you 3 region, right? Region 2, which is typically region, if I am not make it up, going to the address and figure it out. So if on the address field, right? Blue also. And this is something. So if it's null value somewhere. Yeah, I get a big figure so that it can. It's just a simple X up in the text. So however you want. Now from inputs. So in for doing the calculation. Inputs are this IV start date is end date. It is this one. And time. Over date, we have an end date, we have an end time. Within the formula, to one variable, duration. And since you don't need to define, have to call it in a separate defaulting, we do it by assigning the entry duration is 0, that duration is 0. That you can do rounding, right? Nearest hour, depending on how the saying to this, looking at date is a combination start date, time. Suppose start date, so he will get 1903/03/. Here this one, right? You know the syntax, concatenate two cells. So you can do the concatenate. There is going to be a followed by the is the format. The format. So 10 o'clock. The entire this period start date. Making sense? And that means this is a date type it into characters. Why? Because see, if I do then I can't. So it has two char. to mean that I'm mode from data number cell. I'll give you an Excel. What happens? What is that? Means it will be to,
Yes.
if it is text, then it will be to the left.
Right.
In Excel, if you get a number as a text, it can't do a summation. So you have to convert it into a number.
Yes.
As when we choose the format, we say from general, we make it number or we make it a decimal, whatever. Here also, it is doing the same thing.
Character. That's why we are doing this, right?
That is another reason. So here, ultimately what they are doing, see, they are combining these two.
Like, about we mentioned the date as a date type. But in the time, we hadn't mentioned like the start time is 0023:29. So just to add both of them, we are using this.
Yes. And then after adding these two, we are converting this back into the date format.
Okay.
So my net result is going to be this.
Yes.
Similarly, over here, I have the period end date. Period end date is the end date of the particular absence.
Yes.
And then again, the same format will come. Let's say the end date is tomorrow. He's taking 1 day of leave. So this date will be 20.
March.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So since this is in 24-hour format, so you will have 20th of March and this will be 1800. Okay.
Okay.
Now from here, what they are doing is they are getting the duration by passing the end date and the start date. See the end date and start date. This is called a function. Function means you give some inputs and you're going to get an output from the formula. So from this one, you are going to get what is the duration entered. This formula will take care, this function, not formula, this function will do the calculation for you. Start date minus end date, or rather other way around, end date minus start date, and come up with the duration.
Okay.
All right. And this would be, let's say the result, let's say the answer is 1. So it will give you the answer 1, this formula.
Okay. But sir, here get the availability will be doing start date minus end date minus start date. There it has been mentioned.
No, that is there inside the formula. All we are doing is we are passing these as the parameter. See this? These are the parameters of this function. A function needs parameters. Like in Excel, we have the different functions, right? Mid,
Right.
left, right, upper, lower. Over there also, you have to pass a value.
Okay.
So when you give, those are called as parameters in the functions. Pass the value, then system does that internal calculation for you. whether it is start date minus end date or end date minus start date, system knows what to do because that function has been told.
Okay.
That logic is written there. Then what they're doing, they're saying if the person's location is CA, that means if the region 2 is California, then the duration is being multiplied by 0.5.
Okay.
So where is this getting this ln entry duration? It is getting it from here. These are the parameters that are there inside this particular function. So what we can do is we can go and look at the function. Let me see if that function is documented here. Not documented. There you can, we can also
Yes. Having a little support.
different places. If you go and support now, you should get it. This is the get pay availability function. Can you see this?
Yes.
So this itself is also a fast form inputs. Actual start date, unit type. Level was, I think, assigned, right? IV, so basically, this entire what for is given here. Availability, inputs type is passing as started, ended, y, type, then y. Everything is y, y term, AGGR maybe
And
it is taken from the employee's assignment. I'm not so very difficult. You have to assume what it is. Okay. So this is the so what it is doing is it is getting the using the get pay if the region 2 where then it is multiplying it. If it is not true, then it will return this value.
okay. Else condition.
No, a separate else condition. Going here. If there are more than this also. CA becomes, let's say, no? So we'll say multiplying by multiplying by 0.25. Whatever value is getting
And round the
here. Correct.
number.
To do this date minus, it will always come. So, or depend
Now,
who have this as a, better to round it to.
yeah.
And then this formula is going to. So in this duration, the formula once again. What did we do? Whatever things we need is default. Belongs to whichever state, what a default value here. Come to inputs. Things that the formula needs. We are going to have one duration. That we are defaulting to 0 value, not an because enter by mistake. Some cases in that it can come up to avoid duration to 0. And there is the after grounded. Have they used? They haven't used it. Ideally, maybe the duration and then I'm just assuming that it as of now.
This is that, but be availability.
Okay. Do you use a function? Which function?
Subtract, multiply.
Is sum. In sum, we give the
Yes. Oh. Oh.
ability.
Logic.
Entire thing is the logic and return what it needs to do. That is what the
Okay.
here like this. Okay.
If suppose, sir, if we don't use the entire
That also here we will have to use duration LD ended LD. So what is minus this? Recalls those form person can have. So they go into the details and Oracle, right? So if you are using a shift and then get you the okay. I'm it all depends on what you programming, isn't it? What exactly do you need? Work schedules, every uh, Okay,
Yes.
9 o'clock to us.
Okay.
It all depends. Understood. So this, but what you can do, na, you can by yourself just see those also. There are formulas for accrual plan. The following table lists the data formula. You can find write it. Date when eligible if a worker is already this formula to change. Now, when why do we need a formula for that scenario?
We need enrollment start date.
Okay. One reason could be that unless you complete plan
Okay.
or 6 months is they will say you done successfully, you should have. So when a person to be enrolled in the
Okay.
sim- sim- simples. It starts on, let's say, date of the if the person is US, then you want
Okay.
I'm just giving these kind of scenarios or some department they will get 1 month of the company decide take their existing lead or less formula. Conversion formula is entry duration. You might have says you define logic in a excludes it, some companies, not all companies, number of if somebody is starting a leave till 31st, it is 31 days, it becomes 23 days. If you have to do something similar, find out when is the anniversary of an accrual plan, right? When does it start? Date. You may use the event date. So this is the for, change based on the so like a whole type of apps, different types of absence plan enrollment start. Global absence plan duration. What is an accrual event?
Employees get eligible to get
Accrual event, why leave on his anniversary? Some people change department in the from one two business units, right? So, so, so those cases. You know what is accrual vesting?
but certain he won't be able
Also, you can define using
now, sir, it is a formula they have mentioned, right? Formula type. So what we have to
I'll show you. Let me just duration in each and every one, right? Questions, please ask me.
sure, sure.
Okay. This cases companies you know, so
Okay.
at the time of leaving or you know, UK, European countries, even US, they are
Okay. Right.
disbursement rule which will be disbursed, you know, or the rate at which the disbursement rate. Ability rate means that, and you know, somebody has
Okay.
company be prepared 1,000 employees, all 1 lakh, which will be paid.
True, true.
So that is like a liability that the company is supposed to pay.
Paid yes.
So this is the liability.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay.
So in this way, you can write different types of formulas. As you can see here, these are the input values.
Okay.
How much accrual, what is the carryover, what is the ceiling, what is the accrual period, start date, end date, calendar start date, calendar end date, enrollment start date, end date, band changes. So all those important fields in the accrual are captured as input values. So those you can use to generate your fast formulas. And in your fast formulas, you can call them. Like just now we saw in that formula, na, they were calling that IV start date, IV accrual start date, so like that. And these are the return variables. So it will return the accrual, ceiling, carryover, adjustments. And at the bottom, you will see a sample formula. Let's copy the sample formula. Again, you can see the syntax is similar. Default is at the top. This is date. Now, whenever they have something like this, empty date number, it means it's an array. Array means it can hold, in case of a variable, it can hold a single value.
Okay.
But in an array, they can hold multiple values. Okay. See, suppose you have x is equal to 2. You know this. That means there is only one value 2.
Yes.
Now, you know what is a matrix and what is a determinant.
Sorry, get me.
We had done it in college probably. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Matrix means it is something like this. 1, 3, and on the side you will have like 4 or 3, 4. Okay. So in this, there are 4 values in this matrix. 1, 3, 3, 4. Like in Excel, if you think of Excel, this is A, this is column B, this is row 1, this is row 2.
Okay.
Correct? So when I say A1, I am referring to value 1.
Okay.
When I am saying B1, I am referring to value 3. When I am saying A2, I am referring to value 3.
3, yes.
And when I say B2, I am referring to 4.
Yes.
This entire thing is called an array.
Okay.
So this 1, 3, 3, 4, forget the 1 and 2. This was just for our explanation.
Okay.
So in formulas and all, how we refer to it is, we have a variable I usually and j. So this is a 2-dimensional array, I and j. Okay. So if it is 1, that means row 1, it can add 2 values. So j can be 1, 2, A and B. If I say this is I and this is j. Understood? In Excel, we call this as column. We call this as row. So if I just say I column is equal to 1 and row equal to column 1, row 2. This is column A. There are 2 rows here, row 1, row 2.
Yes.
And then I have column 2. Again, row 1, row 2.
Yes.
right? That means when I'm saying the value is column 1, row 1, system is going to return what? 1.
Yes.
And then if I say column 1, row 2, system is going to return 3. Column 1, na?
Yes, column is 1. Yes.
A is column 1.
Yes.
Now I go to column 2. I have column 2, row 1. What will I get?
3.
Very good. Then I have column 2, row 2. Correct. Very good. So this is what an array does.
Right.
So whenever there is a possibility of getting multiple values,
Okay.
we usually define an array.
Okay.
If we are going to get a single value, we'll define a single variable. That is like x.
Like?
This x.
X. Okay.
X is equal to 2. It can't be any other value. It can't have multiple values.
Okay. Right.
But this one, it can have multiple values.
Yes.
In this case, what we'll say is I equal to 1, comma 2. If I say this instead of column, I'll say like, let's say this is J. It can be I or J depending on how I define it. Doesn't matter. Order doesn't matter.
Okay.
So this is J. And this is I. Got it?
Yes.
So I, J, J.
Right.
Now, the way we define it inside the formula is we write it in this way. I equal to 1, J equal to 2.
Okay.
So within the formula, we are going to increment it. I plus 1. That means once it gets this accrual value, it will increase I from 1 to 1 plus 1.
Right.
And J will become what? J plus 1. J is 2. So it becomes 2 plus 1. J.
Okay.
So if I try to put it here, I is 1, J is 2.
2. Okay. And sir, 1 and 2 is not a value. This is something value we have just simply assigned.
Yeah. This is just sample. No, this which 1 and 2?
In the formula, there is 1 and 2, right? I
Oh, no, this is the initial value. So what they are doing, they are starting I from 1 and they are starting J from 2.
Okay. But I and J plays what role in this? I mean,
This is like I is column, J is row. Think of it like that. Like here we did this, na? I is column.
J is okay.
It can be crosswise also. This can become I, this can become J. It doesn't matter, isn't it?
Okay, yes.
So coming back to this, what we are doing, we are looking at the inputs. IV accrual, event dates, accrual values, calendar start date, calendar end date.
Right.
I is 1, J is 2. Accrual total. So this is a local variable. Now here there is a bit of a programming syntax.
Okay.
Here what we are saying, while IV even date. That means even date. What is even date? That means the dates that he has taken leave. Correct?
Yes.
He can, why we are taking an array? Because he might put in multiple dates. He can start from 1st till 31st. That means we'll get 31 days possibly.
Right. Yes.
So we have to store all those dates there. So system, what it is doing, it is saying I am starting I from 1, J from 2, and while there is exists J, that means so long as J has a value, this 2 is there, it will keep checking for this.
Okay.
What it will do a loop. That means loop, meaning it will go round and round.
Rounded.
It will be doing a loop within this.
Okay.
So it will first look at the event date J. J is 2. Event date here is 1. So days between is again a function.
Okay.
What does the function do? Function will get you the number of days between these two dates.
Right.
Now see, why they're using this 2 here, you will understand. If I use event date I and I here, both will be 1 and 1.
It's the same. So it fix with
Correct.
the formula. Right.
Correct. It will become 0.
Yes.
That's why they have started it from the second date. And they are doing this minus this plus 1. Second date is, let's say today, 19th. Tomorrow is 20th. 20 minus 19 is 1. But if you want both the days to be counted, you have to add 1.
Okay.
Plus 1. Got it?
Okay. But
Then,
so in between days means 20 minus 19 will be 1 now.
1. Now, if you want, suppose he has started on 19th. He has taken Thursday and Friday off. 2 days. So if you do 20 minus 19, you get only 1 day.
Right.
So either you have to do 21 minus 19 or you have to do 20 minus 19 plus 1.
Okay. Right.
Understood?
That way.
So this is the logic plus 1.
Check. And then again it has mentioned into actual value.
Into accrual values. That means accrual value, it is getting from here.
Okay.
So this is like how many days of accrual he is doing. Proration of the accrual. Once this calculation is done, it will become, I will become 2, J will become 3. It will again do this calculation with event date 20, 21.
Event date 2021.
Because now it is I plus 1, that means the second date.
Right.
And J is now 2 plus 1, which is 3, third date.
Third date, yes. So it will keep on
Doing.
Doing it.
Yeah. While so long as there is a J value. Now it usually what it does is, this is I, J is 1, this is J is 2. Once it finishes, it is now null.
Okay.
So exists will check if there is any further value in that J.
Yeah.
If there is no value in that J, it will stop doing that addition. Exists will look for the maximum date in J because I is starting, J is ending. Got it?
Just event date and actual start date, calendar start date. So event date is different from calendar date.
Correct. Like I was telling you, in some cases, they don't want to consider Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
In that case, your calendar date may be Sunday.
Sunday, okay.
But event date will be from Monday. It also depends on what kind of formula you're using, but event date means the date of the event. It can be a working day, it can be a weekend, it can be a working day.
Right. Because if we add weekday, then we can use event date.
Event date. Yes. You know.
If for next weekend, then we have to use calendar start date.
Calendar. Or the other way around. If you are including weekends, then you can start with calendar start date.
Okay. Right.
So after doing all this calculation, what will the system do? The duration. It is doing days between the calendar date and the calendar start date.
Okay.
So how many days are there in the formula, in the calendar month? So his actual accrual will be based on his FTE value multiplied by the accrual total divided by the termination duration.
Okay.
Means
Okay.
his actual value could be 0.5 or 1, whatever his FTE value is. Yes. Total accrual number of days divided by the duration.
Achha.
So his final accrual is rounding of this ln accrual that you got. Rounded to how many decimal? 2 decimal places.
Okay. And again, sir, over here also they have mentioned days between calendar start date and date plus 1.
Yes. So in the month of March, think of March. How many days are there?
31.
31. If you do calendar end date, what is calendar end date?
Calendar end date will be also 31 March.
31st March. Calendar start date?
1st March.
1st March. 31 minus 31. How many days?
30. 30.
But you said March has 31 days?
Achha. Yeah.
That is why?
We have to add.
Yes. Yes. This is what they were doing here also.
Great. Yes. Able to understand. Okay.
So what they're primarily doing here is they're doing the proration. That out of 30 days.
Yes.
Or 31 days. Term duration is 31 days.
Yes.
His accrual, now he might be eligible for, let's say, 2 days in a month. So 2 divided by 31 multiplied by his FTE value.
FTE value. Right.
Got it?
Now, yes, sir. Now, sir, if in the company all are FT, all employees having FT value is 1. There is no one who is working as 0.5.
Okay.
FT value.
Okay.
So we can even keep it 1 as well.
You can correct. Correct.
Right.
Or sometimes what people do, this per ESG, they will keep it like this. And at the top, this per ESG default value is 1. So if you don't mention anything, default value will be taken as 1 only.
Right. Understood.
The advantage of this is, suppose tomorrow they decide, no, we'll also have 0.5, we'll have part-time employees. So then you don't need to change your formula.
It will be as it is.
Yeah.
And the amount.
Yes.
Okay.
So what system will do is, default it will use as 1. But for an employee, if it gets 0.5, it will use 0.5.
Those scenarios.
Exactly. You don't need to. You can make it as 0 in that case. If you know everybody has a 1 or 0.5, you can default it to 0. So that, if somebody's value is not set, it will become 0 into his accrual divided by duration.
Right. Understood. The main part is that logic only.
Yes, exactly. Slowly, see, this is just the start, okay? Slowly, once you start putting this in your mind, you will find this will fall in place. What logic to use, how to write it, okay? Initially, what we do is we would just follow what the standard things are provided here. Then it will be easier for you to understand.
Yes.
Then you go back and start looking at the formulas that is there in your system. That will help you to understand in context of your solution.
Right. Because in some scenario, if a client asks that I want the same formula, for example, if they are saying we are having 5 types of FTV, like 5, 1, 3, for example.
Correct. Correct. Exactly. Yes. 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 Correct. 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 Sometimes they say, can you check the formula and tell us what will be the impact?
Achha.
If I do some configuration changes, what will be the impact? So then you have to read through the formula and think, okay, they are changing their FTE value. That means this is the place where it will undergo some changes.
It is. Okay. Right.
So in this way, we do the analysis. Then, like the annual accrual limit, they are taking this based on the employee's business unit name. Like I was telling you, if the person changes from one business unit to another business unit, his accrual will change.
Right.
Default is how much here? You can tell me now.
Default is.
One moment. Let me copy it. Tell me.
Business unit is blank. Suppose the employee is having business unit, so it will be it will be null value, right?
No, here. Yeah, here, yes. If he doesn't have business unit name, it will be taken as blank.
That's blank, then approval will be 30 now.
No, not blank. What it means is everybody the default accrual ceiling is 30. So if he is in the business unit called OBU1, then is 40.
If he is not from OPU1, then it will be 30.
30. For everybody else, it is 30.
30. That only I was saying that.
Yes.
If it's apart from OPU1, it will be 30. Only for OPU1, it will be 40.
Correct. Correct. Now there might be 5 business units, OBU 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, now it is becoming easier for you. Next. Yeah, slowly. What you do after today, go through these formulas once again, independently, on your own. Okay. Wherever you have a question, make a note of it. Then we will again revisit that. See, here is another formula.
Is one. If the job if the employee position like job name is wealth management consultant or trade associate, then he will be getting proration factor.
Yes. Proration factor is FT value rounded to 2 decimal places. For everybody else, it is 1.
Okay. But suppose he is 0.5 as FT value.
Correct.
So if he is
correct.
Associate.
Yes. Correct. 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 So it depends on the scenario actually, because what kind of job they are doing or what kind of work they are doing, nature of the job, nature of the position, and so on.
And even, sir, in writing formulas, if we miss one single bracket, then also it will throw error.
It will throw an error. Yes, at the time of compilation itself, it will give you an error. So then and there, it will stop you. Unless your syntax is correct, it will not compile. And if it is not compiled, you can't use it. Remember, yesterday I was telling you, your formula has to be compiled.
Yes.
This is for the absence carryover. Carryover default is 5. But if it is OBU1, carryover is 7.
7, yes.
Then carryover, they are doing proration.
Yeah, it is by default it's 4. Or which we just saw similar to that.
1. Yeah. Absence ceiling. What is the ceiling?
It is 35 default and OB1 is 40.
Then ceiling also, it can have a proration. Elective disbursement. So here what happens, although these all are given, we may not need to use all of them.
Okay.
We will only pick and choose the ones that are relevant to our scenario. If we don't need to use it, we'll not use that formula at all. It is not mandatory to define each and every formula. Like if you remember, when you define a plan, there is an accrual matrix you can set up.
Yes.
That accrual matrix has an option of choosing a formula.
Yes.
If you choose that formula option, only then you have to define a formula. And that formula name will pop up in the next field. There is a drop down there where you can choose the name of the formula. Got it?
Yes.
So don't be, overawed by so many different formulas and all that. Basically, syntax is similar for all of them. After one or two formulas, you will find mostly they are getting repeated.
Acha.
See here, there is a formula requirement. All new interns and graduates who are hired into the organization should get enrolled into the plan only after 1 month of employment.
Yes.
All other workers should get enrolled into the plan as of hire date.
Okay.
So in this case, what they're doing, they're saying default for the ASG user person type is worker. If he is worker, enrollment start date. So here it is saying ASG user person type is not equal to worker.
Okay.
Then what is the enrollment start date? It is the start date which is 1 month prior to the enrollment start date. Add months minus one. Add months one. That means 1 month will be added
To the enrollment start date.
to the enrollment start date. What is the enrollment start date? Enrollment start date is coming from here.
Yes.
Here they have used another function called as get context. What does the get context do? Get context will fetch you the corresponding date. It will set the date. It's like in the application, you use the effective date.
Yes.
So we can manually set the effective date.
Okay.
It is like this, get context. So get context again is a function which will change, meaning get the effective date that is there in the application. Suppose I have started from 1st of Jan 26. So it will get context will give me 1st Jan 26.
Yeah. Right.
So this get context function can be used in different places. Get context, we can use it in the date. We can get it for the person ID. Get context, person ID. That means whatever the person ID of that particular person for whom that accrual is being evaluated, get me the person ID. Assignment ID. Get context, assignment ID. When we come to that, you will understand those syntaxes are there. I'm just giving you a heads up. Clear?
Right. Yes.
Then we have worker. So the is not equal to worker. So what they have done, since it is intern, that means what? Person type probably is intern, graduates, and workers. So if it is not worker, then only you are adding 1 month.
Adding to the enrollment start date. Yes.
And since this is user person type, you can have intern as a user person type, graduate as a intern person type.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So can we see one for this transfer as well, global absence transfer?
Global absence transfer. So global absence, see, always when you come to this documentation, read the description. It will explain. Can be used in cases where a single automated enrollment transfer rule does not apply to the entire population. An organization might have an enrollment transfer rule that generally allows a maximum of 30 days to be transferred to another plan when current plan loses eligibility. However, the workers in a particular department are allowed to transfer an additional 10 days. In such cases, logic can be composed so that the enrollment transfer limit has different amounts depending on their department. Got it?
Yes.
So let's see what the formula they have done. They are saying transfer value is 30. If the assigned business unit name is OBU1, then it is 40, else it is 30.
Yes.
It came out as a very simple formula, right? We were expecting something very complex.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the scenario. Okay, it's not that every time it will be this simple. It ultimately depends on what you need and how you are going to write it. Okay.
Yes.
We will stop here today. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
What you do as homework is go through these, and there is also one section which has the frequently used formula functions. So it tells you what those functions are. Let's say get plan balance. So what is it going to do? This is the parameter that you need to pass, name of the plan. And what value it will return? It will return you the number format. So when you call it, you will have to give get plan balance within bracket name of the plan.
Yeah.
Get accrual balance. This will get you the accrual balance that is left. Absence count. How many absences have been taken? Okay. So they have tried to give, but they haven't explained the logic inside the function.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. And these are the database items. Okay. Now, they have also given the query if you want to get the entire database items. But usually, there are lists available that is easier to read.
So this query will run in all
Yes, all instances. Correct. Correct. Okay. So as before, I will share you that recording, and we will meet next week. Okay. Let's say Monday. Is Monday okay? You will get some time to go through also, and we will be good shape.
Yes, sure. We can connect on.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you for that.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.